And welcome back. This is episode 205 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where we are still in the Casa de Yuzo.
That's right. We are here. I'm still on paternity leave. Been playing a lot of games, though, so we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff.
Hell yeah. So I'm Tobin Kozire.
And I'm Yuzo Watanabe. This week we are talking about two games, Dead Rising 2, Enslaved, Odyssey of the West demo, and, actually one other thing.
Crapload of demos.
Dude, PlayStation Move.
Yeah.
We're going to give the whole lowdown in the entire series.
Yeah, we both got the Move on launch day and kind of ran through everything that came with it. So, and our new releases include a whole bunch more stuff. So, Enslaved Odyssey of the West, the actual game, which is very cool that it's coming out soon. Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Which we didn't get a demo for, surprisingly.
I know. What's up with that?
Two Worlds 2. Comic Jumper. Def Jam Rapstar, which was really big at PAX, and NBA Jam on the Wii.
Woo!
Why did you put a sports game on?
Because NBA Jam! God damn it! We'll talk about that later. I played so much NBA Jam when I was a kid.
All right, calm down.
Ooh, you don't understand, big heads!
Yeah.
Never mind. But, yes.
So let's get started with Dead Rising 2.
Dead Rising 2, woo! Another zombie game.
Let me combine this into a pin cup.
Yes, I don't know what happens when you combine beer with beer in the blender, but
no.
I bet you it will be awesome.
Yeah. All I know is that I combine beer with Tobin and girls get hotter. It's awesome. It's just like all of a sudden the world is like everybody's beautiful.
That's true. Unfortunately,
and running away. I don't know why.
Penises go down.
Yeah, that's right.
If you do too much.
Make the flaccid, sad flapper.
So, yes, Dead Rising 2. So, this is the game that I've been waiting for. Not so much you.
Not so much. Like we kind of talked about when we played the demo, it's not my kind of game. There's a lot more kind of like the combat is easier, and it's a lot more about the experimentation with the both combining weapons and kind of optimizing paths through levels and stuff, which is very cool for you, and it's just not my cup of tea. Yeah,
because the exploration, I mean, there is some exploration which I know you do like, but the exploration in terms of if I go into this store in the mall, I know it has chainsaws, and I know this one has paddles, so then I can go combine them and turn it into paddle saws. Yeah. Which I guess it doesn't get you.
No, it doesn't tickle. It doesn't tickle me. That's not my kind of thing. Like, for me, it feels closer to like a Little Big Planet sort of thing.
Interesting. You mean from the creativity? Yeah. Yeah. See, so the way I see this game, and I talked about it when I played the Case Zero a while back, is that this is a time management game.
Right.
So you start the game off, you're like really weak, and there's a main quest you have to do. So you have to do the certain missions at a certain time, and now they don't have Otis anymore.
Right.
They have somebody else. Yeah. But it's much better.
He doesn't call you in the middle of a fight.
No, it does. It was just like, alert, alert, but you don't have to answer it.
You don't have to answer. Right. Tell them about what happened in Dead Rising 1. Okay,
so Dead Rising 1, which you can actually, I think you get online. Like, you can actually download on Xbox Live possibly. But you have Otis, and he'd be like, okay, I have a mission for you. There's something you got to do.
Janitor or something.
A janitor back in the day.
He's hanging back out in the mall.
Yeah, and they have that same concept in this one. But he calls you up and says, no, you got to listen. Like, you pick it up, and then you start answering, and it's like, zombies like,
and you can't, you cannot stop. Like, even if you hang up, he just calls right back.
Yeah, and there's an actual achievement to make sure you answer every single one of those things, no matter what you're doing. So, not the best design thing. I understand why they're doing it, because there's certain elements in Dead Rising 2 where they kind of have that kind of stuff.
So this one you can kind of ignore it?
Well, for this one, it's just like, you have it, you can answer it, or find somewhere safe, but for the most part, you hit select, you go to your map, and you figure out exactly what you need to do, which is pause. Yeah. Right, so
the Case Zero thing was, you're running around with your daughter, she got bit by a zombie, you have to save her life. So, I mean, does this kind of, was that a preview of the story? Was that not related? Like,
well,
where does this start? Where's the game
prequel.
Start?
Yeah. So that one, and what's weird is they didn't really tie it together very well.
Okay.
So in Case Zero, if you guys haven't already played it, but you're in another town outside of Fortune City, which is like a Vegas analog, right? You're some random town, and you gotta get enough Zombrex to save your daughter. She got bit by a zombie. That's one time thing that you have to hit by 7 or 8 a.m. I think. The other one is the military comes in. If the military comes in and finds her being bitten, they're going to take her away. So you got to take care of. You got to build your motorcycle before those two time periods. So in the meantime, there's all these other things where survivors will pop up at 6 p.m. This survivor will be here. At 4 p.m. This survival route.
Those are timed events, huh? So it's it's always at the exact same time.
Oh yeah, because the thing is, like, I knew they were happening. I went there like there's nobody there. Like, that's weird.
And then all of a sudden it's like bing.
Yeah. All of a sudden somebody calls you and says, "Hey, there's somebody over here." And you're like, oh, "Okay, good, cool." And you go over there. But that's like the concept for Dead Rising 2.
That's the whole game.
There's different cases. So just like, I don't remember if you remember Dead Rising 1, but there's like set number of cases, case 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. Yeah. If these are the main story missions, if you do not do those missions, the game is over.
Okay. Are they time sensitive?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
So it'd be like at 10 p.m., you better be at this point to fight the boss or to do this or do something else.
Or the game stops.
Well, the game says, the truth will never be known.
Yeah.
Game over.
And then what's the game over? Like are you doing that whole chapter? Or
game over.
You start...
Game over. Well, again, you've saved it, right? So you could redo it, right?
Okay.
But the whole concept of the game, and this is what I think you really hate, is you get powerful, you gain levels, because everything you do, you get PP, right? And PP gets you levels. As you get levels, you get more inventory, you get more attack power, you get more speed.
See how adult I'm being right now?
I know.
Not even commenting on what you just said.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thanks.
But, you do that, but then you get to keep it.
Okay.
So the next time, if you do end the game and you decide, well, that was a little too hard, you start over, but you have all of your attack power, all of your inventory slots, and everything.
And the game lets you keep your PP.
Yes. No matter how big it was.
That's awesome. It's just awesome? Like the game doesn't care about the size of your PP.
But you spend so much time making it really big.
Yeah. You should be able to keep it.
You should be able to keep it. It's an investment.
Yuzo, you have an enormous PP, and I'm glad that the game respects that.
It lets me keep it.
Yes.
But I haven't had to restart it, which is awesome.
Right.
But,
so basically what you're saying is if the game ends like that, then you just click load and you try that one chapter over again.
Yeah, if you really want to. But the thing is, like, it's almost like they designed the game so you can't, or it's very hard to do everything.
Yeah.
So they'll actually set up the time elements where it'd be like, okay, at 7 p.m. you better have Zombrex ready for this for Katie.
Yeah.
And then, like 3 hours before that, they'll be like, "Hey, some guy is sick in this other area, way on the other side of the map." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll go over to him." And he's like, "I got bit by a zombie. Where's some Zombrex?" And you're like,
I can't give this to you.
I don't got any Zombrex. But no, seriously, like, well, then it's just like, well, you can either get a lot of money to buy Zombrex from the pawn shop,
right,
or give it to her and then somehow give it to him and somehow find it for Katie to, right?
Yeah, so you're kind of getting these choices where you're like, well, fuck, what if I give it to him and I can't find any more before the deadline?
So for my first run through, guess what? He died.
So you're saying he died, like you didn't give it to him. You're just fuck you.
If I want the game to continue, I have to save it for Katie.
Yeah.
So, and I only had 18,000. I used 25,000 to do that. And I'm
like, fuck it.
Is you right? And then, but that kind of like eats at me. I'm like,
Like I could have done this better.
I could have done it better.
I could have saved them both.
But what I have to do is I have to restart the game, and I'm not going to restart the whole game to do that. But I mean, but it's a lot easier, right? Every single time you replay it, it's just where everything is.
Right.
I know I can go to this store, this store, this store to go here.
That being able to keep your stuff, that definitely seems like that's key to the replayability, because then you never feel like you've wasted your time. Where a lot of these games, that's one of the big things that you and I object to is like, don't ever make me feel like the last 2 hours meant nothing.
Yeah.
It needs to mean something, even if it's just I learned where this is for next time, I got stronger for next time, whatever.
Yeah, so the couple of things, the complaints I have, the save zones or the bathrooms that you have to go to save are still really far apart.
Okay.
So I will spend all this time walking to this area, and then, I forgot to save or something like that. I picked up a bunch of random stuff or whatever. I go in, and all of a sudden it's a boss battle I didn't know about.
Oh, shit.
Right? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not prepared. Because the thing is, every single boss battle, you better be prepared. That's another thing, which, I don't think you probably find out that interesting. Where, like, for me, I'm like, okay, well, I know this guy. He's really hard, so I'm going to go here to pick up the submachine gun.
Right.
Here to pick up a bunch of orange juices to mix together.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I go there, I'm like, I'm badass.
I'm fucking ready. I'm ready for this shit.
Yeah, and then, but this involves a certain amount of replaying. It involves a certain amount of like just exploring to find out. Like, I actually would go in every store in the mall to say like, oh, tomahawk. Okay, here.
Were you keeping an inventory list?
Well, I mean, in my mind, I wasn't writing it down.
Okay.
But
I'm not saying I wouldn't put it past you. I could definitely see you.
That's what wikis are for at this point.
Right? That's true.
So I have like the wiki.
We don't need to keep maps as much as we did back in the day, because somebody's already done a better one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I mean, the number of weapons you can do. Like, what's really awesome is not only are you as a character in the game getting better with more attack power, speed, or whatever, you're getting better because you now know where certain things are. Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of what really gets the game for me. Is just like, I'm looking and I see something like, there's a spear.
Right.
I know I get the spear and the drill. I make this really awesome thing that goes and kills all zombies really quick. And I'm like, I now have that in my mind, so I've become better at the game.
Yeah.
So it's.
So you think? I mean, so
awesome.
this sounds like it's really like you. The little annoyances are no big deal to you. I mean, it sounds like you're probably going to play all the way through and
absolutely,
definitely beat it.
And the story is really well done. The voice acting is much better than a lot of other. It's not stellar, but it's much better than a lot of other games. There is co-op.
Oh,
drop-in co-op.
Oh,
so I haven't had a chance to try it yet. I know you're probably not going to play.
Probably not.
But yeah, so like we'll see. We'll have to. I hope to get some time to actually do it because I think that's really going to add a lot to the game.
Can you split off and like do separate missions?
Comes in the game, yeah.
So that's really interesting.
But he can help you with the missions.
Yeah, because I mean, there's like things where if you have to be two places and get shit done, it's like if he can go off and do other stuff. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and it's like there's so much to love about this game, right? Like all the stuff I was talking about. There's all these things where like it has that Metroid element.
Yeah.
Where you like go by somebody and it's like you see a car. It's like win this car, and I'm like, You try to use the car and it's just like you don't have any keys. I'm like,
Where's the key?
Where's the keys? And I go to a pawn shop. Keys to sports sedan.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Oh shit!
And I'm like, having that sports sedan will because like you're basically plowing through zombies in a mall.
Right.
Like I want to do that, but I know I have to save so much money.
Yeah.
It might be another playthrough. I don't know.
Yeah. One playthrough where you're just going for money, just like
exactly,
nothing
or
but
gamble,
cash.
or do something right. You got to do it because there's obviously a lot of gambling in this game. So anyhow, I mean, it's just like they really. It's still the same game as Dead Rising 1. So if you hated Dead Rising 1, stay away from this game.
But I mean, it sounds like you can very easily go and try the Case Zero demo.
Oh yeah,
if you love that, buy the game right now. I mean, like it's just more of that and fucking awesome apparently.
Yeah, so I absolutely love it. It's amazing. It's too bad you can't get into it.
It is too bad. It is too bad. I mean, I know what I like, and this ain't it.
Yeah.
But speaking of things I do like.
Oh yeah.
So next up is the Enslaved Odyssey the West demo.
Yeah.
So you and I talked about this when we saw the videos for it a while back.
I thought it was a PSN exclusive, but apparently it's only a PSN demo exclusive for a certain amount of time.
Oh yeah, because you said that now it's on the So I played this on the PS3.
Oh,
you said you played on the 360.
Yeah.
So it's out on everything. So it's going to be out on both platforms. It's not going to come out on PC.
No, I don't think so.
So what's the story here?
So the story is based off this really old Chinese fable.
I know about this.
Yeah, so what is it? I think it's either Dragon Ball or some anime. There's basically this old Chinese.
So there's this old Chinese fable, right? About there's this spaceship full of slave aliens, and the spaceship is crashing into a city with high rises. Yeah. And they told this back in 3000 BC.
This one chick with this one, slave collar, and
Confucius says, "Electronic slave collar, control your action." Ha.
But yeah, so it's just like I could understand. But basically, there's some sort of like these elements, these story things, which should go back to this whole thing. I have no idea because I never watched it.
I can see that though. I can see there being an old fable about a woman having a guy kind of at her, like she has something over him.
Yep.
She needs, he needs to help her to
and
get whatever done.
They have to get somewhere. Yeah. Is kind of the thing.
So the demo starts out, and it just tosses you right into it. Like it's one of these things where you are stuck in a slave pod.
Yep. Your monkey, I guess his name is, or something.
Is that what his name is?
I think.
Yeah.
I've been reading reviews, but they don't actually mention it.
So they just call him Monkey.
Yeah.
So you're stuck in this slave pod.
You notice he has a thing, right?
What?
So I knew he was Monkey, right? And then like I saw a tail. I'm like, what? But then I looked. But look, it's just a piece of fabric.
But it looks like a tail.
It looks like a tail.
I totally didn't even notice that.
So like, try it again.
Yeah,
like,
check it
out.
So they just toss you in, and you're just on a ship. You're a slave. You're in a pod, and this girl pops out of the pod across from you.
Yep.
And for some reason, it doesn't seem like it's related to what she's doing, but she pops out of the pod, and all of a sudden, shit just goes bad. Like something hits the ship's losing integrity, everything falls apart, and then it's just like your pod breaks open. They're like, go.
Yeah. And it's a tutorial.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like one of the most like in-depth, like visceral tutorials I've played in a long time, right? It's just all of a sudden like shit's going everywhere. Yep. Jump over this gap by hitting A.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And all of a sudden it's just like all these combat droids are come in, they get activated. You're like, here's how you do combat.
Right.
It's like I don't understand why most other games don't spend the time to really do this right.
Exactly, because the thing is none of us mind a tutorial because we all know that nobody reads instruction manuals anymore. We want you to walk us through, but it's like these fucking space games, like all of them are like, welcome, Subject 102. You've been in cryosleep for 5 years. Let us recalibrate your senses. Hit drone pod A.
Yes,
like,
look up.
Yeah, look up. Look down. It's like, come on. We're better than that now. Like this is what it should be.
This is exactly
You're tossed into the action, and they're like, here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. And then just boom, boom, boom.
And like, I'm kind of sad. Like, Vanquish didn't do this. Vanquish was like, let's go to the training room and do all this other stuff. And I'm like, it was still good, and you really need to go through it because Vanquish is a complicated
crazy
game.
Japanese. Like, that was oh fuck, what was that game that we just played? Damn it, I'm not gonna be able to remember. But there was this, I don't remember. But there was this RPG that we played recently where it was the thing where you're building different colored tiles. Like, you're running around the world, and then like you'd pop out to the world view, and you have to build like red tiles to get to this world, and like
Why does that sound really familiar?
God damn it! Oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy. Because like you'd win fights and you'd get tiles.
I know. Yeah. What? Residence of Fate.
Yes. So Residence of Fate. So very nice. So what was I talking about that?
I don't know.
Shit!
It was about tutorials?
So Residence of Fate.
Oh, those tutorials suck!
It's that same thing where it's like they throw you into the game, but then like, if you want to know how to play this game, pop into the main menu and then read through
that was
like
so
these
bad.
And it wasn't like a one-level thing. It was like combat. Items 1 through 10.
Yeah.
Special attacks, item 1 through 8.
There was like 50 different things you had to go through, and like
it's crazy Japanese. That is the Japanese way of teaching people how to do it. This is the new hotness.
Yeah, this is the way you got to do it. And it's just like, I think the combat feels really.
That's a long path I just took there. Sorry about that, but I was making a point.
Make tutorials better.
Fuck you, beer.
But yeah, so like this to me, like you were telling me, like this feels like Uncharted, and like I think you're spot on.
Yeah. Well, remember the Uncharted, the game starts out train hanging off a fucking cliff. You're like, like that's it, you know. And this was, very similar.
Well, I mean, to me, this is like all about set pieces.
Yes.
And you know how much I love set pieces. I mean, when you do really good, especially when you start stacking them one after the other, you make them all, and it's just like, I don't care. I'm just like, drools going down my face. And like, seriously, like you are in this slave ship that is falling to pieces, hitting the Statue of Liberty, doing all sorts of other stuff.
Fucking awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So you're just running around, and the thing is, they make it feel like your actions actually matter because you're coming at a building, and it's like if you don't run up the side of that ship fast enough, that building fucking knocks.
Did you die?
No.
Okay. So that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering
it's not like it would slow down. I mean, like it was coming at. I should go back and just
try to fail.
Yeah, try and fail.
I'm curious
because it felt like I was getting out by the skin of my teeth. I was like jumping up, and it knocks the bottom of the ship off, and you're just you're running through. I have a feeling
it's really good scripting that they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they probably make it so that it's possible for every player to make it if they're trying.
Yep.
But I have to assume that there's ways to fuck up and die. I mean, there's got to be.
I don't know. I mean, just the thing is, like, I don't think I'm that bad of a player. I mean, I'm playing all these games for, like, forever, right? It's just like, I was doing everything, and I'm like, I was like, wow, this is really enthralling. But then I hit back, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. But I mean, the way that they set up these things, I find it very hard to believe that it would be like, the building is coming at your face, and all of a sudden, like I mean, I guess they could make you jump.
But I'm thinking the building doesn't come until you've gotten to a point where
I'm saying you see the building coming, right? Like
I agree with you.
Who knows?
I'm curious.
We should go back and play.
Yeah.
But so the whole thing is like this sense of emergency. You're running on the ship, and you need to get to the escape pods, and then fucking attack droids are popping out on the wing, and engines are exploding, and you're hanging on for dear life.
You're jumping, and then all of a sudden you grab onto something because you didn't make it. Like that's one of the things with Uncharted is like you feel like a normal person. You're not like some, like I mean, we play like Infamous, we play like all these other games. You feel like a superhero. You're freaking badass. But there's something
which is cool too.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's not as. It doesn't make me feel like I'm in the world.
You're not John McClane. You want to be John McClane.
Exactly.
Everybody wants to be John McClane, where it's just like this is a dude thrown in, and like it's even more impressive for him being a regular guy. It's just like because that's you, and you can see yourself. You're like, man, you want to think that if you were shoved up against the wall, you would fuck up Hans in Nakatomi Tower or whatever. Nakatomi Tower is like that is because that's us, And in Enslaved, I mean, granted, he's not as muscular as me, the guy.
Well,
but he looks similar to me. Like if he was a little bit tougher,
he's
he would
got
look
pretty
like me.
badass, fists, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, it's just like, and I think that's the thing. They made him somewhat vulnerable.
Yeah.
Enough where, like, look, you have this really small girl who's actually controlling him, doing all this crazy stuff. But it's just like, all I want to do is like, right when you hit the end of that demo, I just wanted more.
Yeah, I just want to buy the game. I want to be like, I will pay you $80 to have this game today instead of waiting a week.
Hint, hint.
However, I do have a list of complaints.
Really? Okay.
The first and most noticeable complaint for me is graphics quality.
Yeah, that surprised me on how...
Really surprised me.
Kind of crap. So you played the PS3 version?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you didn't
Still
like it?
doesn't look good.
Fuck. Because
I mean, it looks good. I'm not going to say it doesn't look... I mean, it looks fantastic. But
on the 360, I was looking at it, I'm like, this looks like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Level. I mean, not.
I meant like the level design, like everything. I mean, like it looks great, but it shows its age, man. It's like maybe they started this 5 years ago and they haven't improved their textures. Maybe the guys didn't know how to push the Unreal Engine as hard as it needs to be.
Pointy. I mean, like you don't expect people to look pointy. I mean,
it's all jaggy.
The animation looks great.
Yep.
The fact that there's 50 billion things going around you looks awesome. The environment looks really great, but the textures look shitty.
Yeah.
And
there's something about AAA titles these days that everything is rounded, like everything pops out from the background, and the backgrounds just look. This looks like you said, it looks like old games used to, where I'm like, well, yes, this is clearly a plane built of pixels and polygons. Like like, oh, cool, they fit 70 on that door handle, and like, you can see them.
It's the little edges and all that. That's like, but what's weird to me is like I'm playing other games like BioShock and some other games, right? It's just like they look gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Right, like this looks amazing, and why? What happened? Like, are they spending all the polygons in the environment? Are they doing something? Or do they just not have that great engine?
It's got to be the engineering quality, because I mean the thing is like Uncharted 2 came out a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
this came out now. Uncharted 2 looks better. Like,
dude,
it is a failure of engineering, right?
It's just like I just don't understand, because like to me like everything else is so awesome except for this.
Yeah, I agree. Still gonna buy it. Still going to play the shit out of it. It's awesome. But I mean, that's really noticeable to me. Like, it doesn't look like a modern game.
Maybe they did it to reduce the load times. You never know. I mean, like, Heavenly Sword, it looked pretty good. It did not have these problems. That's the other thing. Heavenly Sword looked freaking awesome.
You're right. Actually, it's the same dev team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
So, complaint 2.
Yeah.
The platforming, being a platforming connoisseur, is so fucking stupidly simple. Like, it is A to B. It's
kind of Uncharted-y, though. I mean, you think about it, right?
No, Uncharted. I mean, the point is Uncharted. You're presented with a world that you can climb on bits of, and then.
Okay.
I'm saying this game you're on a path, and it's just like, here's a shiny bit, and you grab onto that shiny bit, and there's another shiny bit, and there's another shiny bit. Like Uncharted, you'd look, and there's a vista, and there's like 70 platforms, and you have to find the right platform to jump to this wall. Like,
there's always one platform in Uncharted, though.
You're right. I mean,
like to me, like the difference is they made them shiny and red.
Yeah.
In Uncharted, you have to kind of like.
I mean, like, the Uncharted platforming is definitely more about you're feeling the energy as opposed to the
because I guess
problem solving.
Yeah, there's not much exploration. It doesn't feel like Uncharted is pretty linear of a game, right? And like this one is pretty linear.
I mean, you'll still get into rooms that you have to solve in Uncharted, like as opposed to. Rooms. And I mean, this is just the beginning. I'm assuming that
who knows?
But I mean, the point is in this, it was just like I could basically push up and then just hammer on the climb button, and he'd be like up, left, up.
It's kind of Assassin's Creed-y, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that.
And then the last thing that bugged me was really weird is that the charge attack. Mm-hmm. The camera comes right behind you, like so everything looks really awesome. You're like, oh, let me do the charge attack, and you charge it up, and the camera goes right behind you, so all you can see is him holding the charged weapon, and you can't see how close the enemy coming at you is. Like it was really fucking annoying me in the combat where and I thought that it was maybe like because of where I was standing, but everywhere I went in the game, I would go to the charge attack, and it would pull the camera right behind me, so all I see is my back and a charged weapon, and like a couple pixels around the side of my head of an enemy coming at me. I was like, if I'm going to be using this over and over again for a 12-hour game, I'm going to get pissed.
Well, it's weird to me because, like, for me, the camera was the camera's one of the most impressive things about this game, where you're playing. Essentially, it feels like a God of War style brawler a lot of the time, right? You're like killing stuff, but for some reason, at every single point, the camera rotates to where I want it to be.
I felt that way for all the gameplay.
Except for the charge.
I'm saying that there's this one element with the charging.
I didn't use the charge that much. Maybe that's why I didn't see it. Yeah. But I was using the one where you sweep and you stun them and you blow them away.
Exactly.
Like that one I use a lot, and then all that, that. But I was impressed because I've never always with like God of War, right? They go out.
Yeah.
But this one, it's like, and it just keeps.
And it's in the right place.
It's always in the right place. But maybe they just screwed up that. That's interesting.
I mentioned that just because I really, really hope that. It's such a minor thing, but it's such a thing that would be used often enough that I'm hoping that they have that fixed or release a patch for the final version.
Yeah, hopefully a patch because it's coming out.
Yeah, it's like out next week. It's probably out a few days as they're watching this episode. It's probably out by now.
So,
but anyway, the demo's phenomenal. You guys should check it out.
Yeah, I mean it's on both. It's on Xbox Live and PS3. Go grab them both now.
Yeah.
I'm really sad to hear the PS3 doesn't look as good.
It doesn't. I mean, maybe it looks better.
I know,
but it's noticeably bad.
Because the 360 version, I was just going like, man, this. It's not the Wii.
Yeah.
Right, but
lacks the graphical power of the Wii.
Lacks the graphical power of the Wii, but no, it's
it is disappointing graphics wise.
It's too bad.
Last up is PlayStation Move.
Wow, we got a lot of demos to talk about in this game.
We do.
So this is the thing is, like, you know, when we like, I was talking, we were doing our notes.
Yeah.
So, you know, talking about the Move, and I was just like, oh, hey, you know, the Move comes out, and he's like, oh, really? It's just like,
is that out already?
Really? And it's just like, should we order it? And you're like, yeah, I guess. And I'm like, oh no, the demo disc has Time Crisis on it.
Yeah, and I'm like,
okay.
And then I like as the words were leaving your mouth, I was already hitting one-click order on Amazon. I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Just done.
It's in mail. It's fucking on its way.
Yeah. So we both ordered the PlayStation Move bundle, which includes the camera and a Move controller and Sports Champions, and we also got the Subchuck.
Yeah. Which I've never used yet, actually.
That's what pisses me off about this thing. Like, I was just like, well, of course, I need to get the Subchuck.
Right.
I've not fucking used that thing.
Nope.
And it was like $30 or $40,
yep,
right?
$30.
And instead, what I did see in a lot of games was if you have 2 motion controllers.
Yeah, which you never buy, right?
And that's
like,
$50. Yeah. And I'm like, so seriously, like, how much did we pay for the bundle? It was like 120-ish?
Yeah, total. It was like 99 plus 30, maybe?
Was that 90?
I don't remember
something like that, but it's like that plus if I have to buy another $50
that's
Move mode. Like,
but what happens is they give you a disc, which just to be annoying PlayStation style,
I know.
They won't let you run the game off the disc like you do with any other game in the whole world.
Yeah.
Why?
So you
have to install every demo separately. There's not like an install all button.
There are 10 demos on this.
That you install separately at about 3 minutes each.
Yeah, some are even longer.
Yeah.
And not only that, the video, this fucking pisses me off. There is a how to set up your Move video, or it's not a video, it's like an app.
Yeah.
It just feels like you have to keep hitting the button and it keeps on telling you what to do.
Yeah.
You have to install that to disc too. And I was just like, I'm like, just like, are you kidding me?
What is wrong with you people?
So what's funny was, like, we're going to talk about these demos. Like, what I did was I got Layton. I was playing Layton and hitting install. Next puzzle, install. And I actually installed every single demo.
God, that's so
Took
sad.
me like an hour.
That's so sad.
Right? And then I was able to play through all of them. You were like, fuck this.
Yeah, I installed one at a time, and hence, I only played about half the Move demos. I played the ones that I thought looked interesting. I didn't play, like, you know, fucking Rub a Penny 4 and Start the Party and other things.
Yeah, so we'll talk shortly about some of these. But the first one is Sports Champions.
Yeah.
So this is the disc that comes with it. It has, like, 6 different sports. Table tennis, bocce ball,
right?
Archery,
an odd inclusion,
gladiator combat,
yeah,
and what was the last one? Archery, probably some of the one I'm forgetting.
Yeah,
but some of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
So you didn't get a chance to try
I was playing Layton and Yakuza so much that I like. So I played a bunch of the demos in this. Obviously, I went directly for Time Crisis, which we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
But I actually haven't played Sports Champions yet.
So Sports Champions, I gotta say, like I said back when I originally played the Move, table tennis feels freaking awesome.
Awesome.
Like, and it's a table tennis. Basically, Rockstar presents table tennis, which is like, it has the spin, the different colors, and all that. But like, dude, if you like table tennis and like this uses the Move technology in a really awesome way. So it's awesome. That's a great sport. Gladiator combat. It's kind of like that Wii sword fighting part.
Okay. Is it kind of like American Gladiators, like knocking people off?
No, it's just you're hitting somebody with a stick.
And you didn't use the Subchuck as a shield or something?
No, you have to have another Move mode.
Oh, come on!
So I was just looking at it like, so we can talk about some of the annoyances with Move, but I think this shows of one. Every single event that I play, it makes me calibrate.
Yes, this is one This is one of the major things that I would like to talk about with the Move, which is the Wii came out 4 years ago.
Yep.
The Wii has a bar at the top of the screen. The bar contains LEDs. The Wii is sensing where those LEDs are. Hence, every game you turn on, you never calibrate anything. That Wiimote knows where it is in your room all the time.
Actually, you're right. I mean, there's a few games that do calibrate, but for the most part, almost none of them.
I mean, it's not like you pick up, Super Mario Galaxy and they're asking you to calibrate your Wii. This game just works. This is 4-year-old technology. The Move... I was infuriated, but this is 2010, and I'm playing with this Move. The PlayStation is 1,000 times more powerful than the Wii. They could have released a better sensor bar. They could have released better gyros. They could have done like fucking nanosecond timing of the signal between the bar. I mean, like the technology is there to do this right, and like you said, every single game I was playing, and they're like, to calibrate, point at the camera and do this, hold up and do this, touch the floor and do this, and it's like it didn't know where the damn thing was.
And the thing that bothers me the most about it, and like I mean, I have to give a little bit of a little bit for the technology, right?
It's very
technology, it's very accurate. But like you look at the new Wiimote, the Motion Plus, you have to calibrate that thing now. Or you always have to put it down.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So it's just like it's not a question of like I think for that level of accuracy, maybe you have to do that, whatever.
Yeah.
But what pisses me off is every single game does it differently.
Yes.
One is like
different buttons, different ways
some hit
of doing
select
it.
on the side, which doesn't fit right. You have to go like this. Some are like hit the move button. Some are like hold it this way, hold it by your belt buckle.
Yeah. You know what cracked me up is the ones where they say point at the center of the screen, right?
Yeah.
So I do that. Point at the center of the screen. No, it works. But here's the thing. Gameplay, my arm would go back down again.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing is, they're like, point at the direct center of the screen, so I'm just like, well...
it's like you're trying to aim.
Is it point at the center of the screen? I can't tell. So it's like, if you want to do it this way, then it is
do you
now...
want to play like this the entire time, right?
Of course not.
But not only that, like you play point at the center of the screen. No. Point at the camera.
Right.
No. And then here's the other thing where the calibration says like, you play EyePet, point the camera at the ground.
Yeah.
Point the camera at you. Point the camera. It's just like...
Yeah. It is.
I don't want to deal with any of this.
It doesn't feel like the future. I mean, like that.
No.
That is what I'll say is like.
Feels like a hack.
It feels like a hack. It feels like someone's college project where they're like, well, shit, I can get a fucking webcam for $40, and I can write this open source shit over here, and I can use this other thing and make some games, right?
But Sony can fix this. Sony can say. Everybody who works on Move, you have to do your calibration like this.
And here's your SDK that does whatever.
You cannot publish.
Yeah.
You will not get a Sony seal of approval unless you do all things this way. But they didn't do that. So everybody's doing it some random way.
However they feel.
And Sports Champions is, for whatever reason, the bundled game does it the worst.
Every single time. It just has you recalibrate.
And it asks me if I have two move modes every single time. It asks me if I'm left or right-handed every single time.
Come on!
We back, how many years ago was the Wii? Where it's just like, with the Me, it stores my preference for whether I'm right or left.
2006! Just go and look at what they did. Do
Just
a couple user studies.
Copy it,
make it better.
So that was really annoying.
Yeah.
But, accuracy-wise, table tennis, freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Bocce ball, kind of fun.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Interesting.
Volleyball,
Yeah.
Gladiator combat's stupid because I only had one move. I think if I had two, it'd be better because I'd feel a little cooler, but it was just like, and I hold down the button and it turns on my shield.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so it's just like, as a bundle thing, it's just like Wii Sports. I'm not going to play this a lot.
Yeah.
But it feels pretty good it feels accurate.
When you get it going, it is definitely accurate.
Yeah.
It's got that. I mean, so if you take a game, we can hop around.
Yeah.
So there's a game called Tumble where Tumble was this thing where there's a shitload of blocks and the blocks have different characteristics. They're wood or glass or heavy or light or sticks or whatever, and you're basically picking them up and stacking them to achieve goals.
Yes.
And for me, the problem that I was having was that it was so important for it to be accurate, your pointer.
Yeah,
and
it wasn't fun.
it was one of these things where it was just like I would calibrate it, and then like the next level would load, and I would have to be pointing it to left to make it go straight, and I'd recalibrate it, and it was just always off.
Yeah.
So what you want is you're basically playing fucking Operation. This needs to feel like you are moving with millisecond, like millimeter accuracy, and I always felt like I was fighting it. I always felt like I was just kind of like
Because I actually felt like for at least that one, for some reason, like some games, like we'll talk about it a little bit. Some games didn't get the calibration ever, but for this one, it's just like I was putting it around. I'm just like, I was dropping stuff. What pissed me off about this game, like Tumble, the whole idea is you stack stuff on top of each
Jenga.
other.
Well, and it's not Jenga, but it's stacking puzzle blocks.
Yeah, excuse me. It's like the higher you stack, you get the more points you get.
Right.
But like I'd stack things, and I'd put like a glass thing, and it's like it make it fall down, and I'm like, undo.
Yeah.
Right? Undo.
Like, I remember Braid. Where's my rewind button? Right?
Yeah, like,
come on.
It's just like no.
Yeah.
You got to start over and put and like. Are you like? I would seriously build, and so I did 3 times, and I'm like, off.
Yep.
That was it. That killed it for me. I was actually really enjoying it up to that point.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is kind of cool. Like I'm dropping this thing, I'm doing this thing, and it fell down, and I'm like,
Yeah. So let's do it this way. So we've been shitting on the Move a lot. So in terms of
what did you like? Did you like?
So my favorite, my hands down favorite is Kung Fu Rider.
Really?
I take it from your facial expressions that you agree with me 100%.
100%. What did you like about it?
So it's fun. It reminds me of like a like Travis Touchdown sort of like it's kind of got that feel for me of like the wacky zany what's the game with the fucking lightsaber? Travis Touchdown.
No More Heroes.
No More Heroes. So like so the whole thing is you're a dorky office dude riding on an office chair, and the whole thing with the move is that you can spin them around, you can do kung fu attacks, you can jump up and grind on rails, you can attack people, you can pull the trigger and like fall down backwards and go under stuff, and you're jumping over things, and it's done with this. The whole thing is just done with this sense of humor and this style and panache that I really appreciated. And for me, the controls actually felt really nice. Like I was just kind of directing him down the street, and I felt like I was getting better every race.
I had the exact opposite experience.
Really?
So this game was actually the worst for me because not actually. One of the other ones was even worse than this. But I would actually play it and it wasn't responsive. I would recalibrate. It wasn't responsive, and basically every 10 seconds, it would pop up a screen saying, "We have lost your Wiimote or whatever move mode. Please recalibrate."
Oh, weird.
And then I recalibrate in 10 so seriously, I was playing it 10 seconds recalibrate, 10 seconds recalibrate.
Oh, well, of course that would suck. Right? I mean, like that would make me hate it.
Yeah, and I was like putting it down. And then finally I think I got to the point where it would stop losing it.
Yeah.
But then the thrust wouldn't work.
Oh, wow.
Which is like during one of the training sessions, I was going like this for like a minute. I'm like,
well, okay. So I mean, like if that happened to me, I would also hate this game.
But none of the other games had like this level of screw up, screw upness for the calibration.
And for me, it worked perfectly. So it's one of those things
you have to
where
further back or something.
Yeah, but I mean, you shouldn't have to worry about that. I mean, like that is the main point that I'm making here. It's like for me, the Tumble calibration was off. For you,
it was actually really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean. It's fucking annoying. This technology feels annoying. But so anyway, I really like Kung Fu Rider. What was your favorite game from these?
The Shoot. Actually,
I like that too.
Surprisingly, I remember playing it back when the move did its big press announcements and all. I was just like, it was kind of lame. I don't know what. Maybe it was the level I was playing or something like that.
Right.
The level on this one, the Outlaw, it feels like I have to be pretty accurate.
Yeah, you did.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it's like I'm shooting and I'm like blowing up stuff, and it's just like it feels like how Time Crisis should feel.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that too.
We'll talk about that next,
but you're right. I mean, because the thing is, the whole deal is that you're shooting an action film. And you're going through and you're basically doing all the gunfire and stuff, but you'll kill a dude and you'll get a special thing that gives you a machine gun or a slow down time.
And slow down time, you have to spin around, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I like it.
So and the thing is you get extra points for headshots.
Yep.
You can do things like shoot TNT in the background. The levels are intricate enough that I actually felt like it triggered my
fun, right?
Exactly, it's super fun. It was like that's what I look for in a shooting game.
And I don't know why I didn't like the other one, because the other one, I think it was like one of the basement levels or something like that, or subway levels, where just I was shooting and it didn't mean anything. But this one, everything seemed to matter.
Yeah.
To me, as far as getting points and all that, and it reminded me of do you remember Area 51?
Yeah.
Like back in the day where like everything really mattered.
With little movies of people
just
popping up. Yeah.
So it's just
the aiming and the accuracy felt very nice. It was one of those things where I didn't feel like I was fighting with the Wiimote.
And I did the calibration. I had to take the move mode. The calibration worked. I had to do it once.
Yeah.
Right, and then basically I was sitting down going. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
And it actually, I think that's the one game that actually makes me want to buy the $20 gun attachment.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, because I want to be like this.
Yeah.
And I want to pedal, but they don't pedal this game, unfortunately.
So
Time Crisis.
Time Crisis. So I played this. I played this very briefly at it wasn't PAX, it was TGS.
E3.
It was E3, that's right. I was playing at E3, and I was really excited because it felt really good. They had me fighting mechs, and I was doing these big shotguns, and I was having a good time. So this one, I hopped in, and I beat the demo, and it was one of those things where I came away from it, and I'm like, why am I angry right now? Why am I so unhappy? And I realized it wasn't a Time Crisis game.
But it is a Time Crisis game.
It is not a Time Crisis
It's totally a Time Crisis game.
It is not a Time... if you play Time Crisis, the whole thing about Time Crisis is accuracy.
Yeah.
It is you get, a shotgun or a pistol or machine gun, whatever, but it's just bang, bang, bang. If you get a guy in the head, it's one shot. If you get him in the chest, it's 3 shots.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you are just getting the timing through that level where it's just you need to feel like the gun is just perfectly a part of your body, pat, 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 pat.
The pinpointing.
Yeah.
And
that's what has always drawn me to Time Crisis is now I can do Time Crisis 2 on 25 fucking cents. Yeah. I can just run through that game like a ninja. This one, you're in machine gun mode and you're dragging this dot around the screen. And you're just
when you get that one weapon's almost like a shotgun.
Yeah, it's half the screen.
And I'm just I can kind of see a lot of stuff's happening on the screen, but I don't feel like I'm doing. It's not because of me, right?
No.
And with the shoot,
and you feel like if you just dragged that machine gun all over the screen, you're gonna kill everyone eventually, right?
Pretty much. So maybe it's a bad. I'm hoping it's a bad demo.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm still gonna try the game when it comes out, but I came away from this so sad that they had taken what I love. I mean, it could even be that they went and did. They tried to do a Time Crisis, no, because the shoot works fine. So I mean, they could have done it right.
But I mean, this is Time Crisis: Razing Storm is in their arcades, so you know that they've tried to appeal to the people that like it.
Yeah.
The thing that's saving me for this game, and the reason I'm still going to buy it, at launch, still, is the fact it has Time Crisis 4 and another shooting game with it.
Yes.
So even if Time Crisis: Razing Storm isn't that great,
that's a big deal. $40
or $50
for getting all the Time
all
Crisis.
All 3,
games,
whatever.
But I think you're right. I mean, I would like to try it with the gun. Because I think that maybe that would make it feel better.
Do the shield.
Yeah.
Because didn't you have to do something weird shoot? I don't remember what you did.
I think there was a button on the side.
Yeah. It was a little odd.
I want a foot pedal. I want a foot pedal.
I know. I totally do too.
To make it feel like it should. So
So the Time Crisis Razing Storm is it's fortunate that was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
One other one I want to just a couple EyePet. Yeah, it's a kid's game.
I was gonna say EyePet. If I
have a kid,
oh my god.
Dude,
it is not a game for adults, but if you have a kid, this might be the world's most perfect game because it did behave right. It was I was sitting there on the floor and there was this little guy and I was washing his hair and I was smacking him around. I was playing.
Were you basically making him mad the entire time?
Of course, smack the shit out of him. They're like, pet your. It's like, fuck you.
He was like, and he gets that little angry face on it.
Yeah, getting my feet out and fucking whacking him on the head.
Did that actually work?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the thing. It's like, this is cute.
Yes.
It's really cute. I think they just did a good job.
Right.
Overall. So if you have kids,
really, really good for kids. None of these games are really tuned for adults so much. A lot of these things.
So the one I want to talk about is Tiger Woods.
Okay.
So it's a golf game. What's really weird to me about this, I don't know why EA did this, but you can play it with the move mode, right? But you can also play it with the controller and all that stuff.
Okay.
But right when you started out, I had the move mode out, right? I'm like, I want to play. Nothing happened.
You have to go with the controller.
I had to pick up my controller
and
start the game, go to the area where it says pick what you have. Wow. And then I pick the move mode, and then everything also starts
as if you can't. God damn it!
It's like, really?
As an engineer, these things make us even more angry because we know that it's just that move mode is sending a fucking thing that says I'm a move mode.
It's like I can do stuff.
Yeah,
if move mode, do this, right? But anyhow, that was kind of annoying. But I was actually playing the golf
it felt great.
It felt too good.
Oh.
In terms of I suck at golf.
And you sucked at the game.
I mean, seriously, I was getting I was just I didn't know if you know, but in PGA, there's actually a stroke limit.
Oh.
Yeah, if you hit 11 strokes. So I would be like, wham! I hit it, and then I got to the green, and I'm putting, I'm like, boom.
Yeah.
It's like, boom.
Oh, my God.
Boom. So but I mean, that tells me, look, if I get a little bit better at this is going to be able to do it. So I kind of want to keep playing, but at the same time.
Because then you actually get better at it.
At the same time, I don't know how good it gets until I get good at it.
Right.
So we'll see.
I actually really enjoy golf.
Really?
I play golf, and it's that would actually be kind of fun.
So you should try the demo out, because if anything, the Wiimote got really close with the Motion Plus.
Yeah.
This one is even closer. It's close enough where, if you suck at golf, you're going to suck at the game.
You're getting, the hooks and slices.
Yeah, everything hooked, everything sliced.
Yeah.
All my putts were, 50 yards. It was bad. So,
all right. I'll check that out. So, I mean, just overall, my impressions of the Move is that it's not ready for prime time.
Not yet.
It really, really needs a lot of engineering work. A lot of these things, it's we're going to try them because they're going to come out.
Yeah.
But I come away from this not excited about anything.
No, I mean, the only thing, since we've already bought it, I'm going to buy Shoot, and I'm going to probably buy Time Crisis.
I'm going to buy Kung Fu Rider. I'm going to buy Time Crisis.
And I think that's pretty much about it.
Shoot,
So for you guys, if you guys are going out to buy it because you really want it or something like that, number one, don't buy a Subchuck.
Yeah, there's no reason for the fucking Subchuck.
Absolutely useless until probably SOCOM comes out where you can actually use it.
Right.
Buy Tube Move Modes. If you don't buy Tube Move Modes,
yeah.
I mean, I think you have to. Honestly, I think you have to.
Yeah, and I would also say there's not really any hurry. If you're a little short on cash, if you want to spend your money on games and just kind of wait for the Move to mature, because what's going to happen is Sony does downloadable updates for everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would even 6 months from now go back and fix some games.
Let's hope so. Because they're doing Heavy Rain, right? They added some of the stuff for Heavy Rain, all this other stuff. So
I would just say, the Move, I wouldn't honestly be in any hurry to pick it up. It's not. It's
6
still
to 9
under
months from
construction.
now, it might be a lot more interesting. SOCOM's going to come out. Heavy Rain. I'll have all of its stuff. So we'll see.
Wow, we just blew through that entire thing.
Yeah.
Just talking about, we can't really talk too much about this. I mean, new releases. Enslaved is coming out, which we already talked about.
Castlevania, dude.
Yeah, finally.
I know.
Finally.
Lords of Shadow. So it's the 3D Castlevania because nobody talks about the other 3D Castlevanias.
Right.
On Nintendo 64 or
Yeah.
any of those ones. Bad. This one is supposed to be a good one.
God of War as Castlevania.
Yeah.
Really big ripoff of God of War. Castlevania.
Kojima's going to be involved, so you know there's going to be cutscenes.
Yeah. So we'll definitely try this out.
The next one. Come on, you're totally going to play.
Shut up.
Come on.
Shut up.
You have to play. I hear it's better.
You know what? It's impossible to make a game worse than Two Worlds. So I agree that it's got to be better. It has to be better, but
It's a lot better. No?
Two Worlds was so bad.
I know
that I just have zero interest in Two Worlds 2. Like,
I'm potentially going to rent it to see because seriously, like, I've got at least 2 or 3 emails which say, "Dude, have you heard about Two Worlds?"
What about it?
Two Worlds 2, rather.
Yeah. Like, why are they just saying? I mean, like they just heard that it's good through the grapevine. Like the developer sent emails like, "Hey guys, we got a good game coming out."
We'll see.
How do you get people amped about Two Worlds 2?
Why
would they? I don't understand. How do you do that?
That's the thing that surprises me because I gotta imagine there's got to be nobody in the world that liked Two Worlds 1, right? Enough to say like, I'm gonna get Two Worlds 2 and it's better.
I don't know. Fine, whatever. I mean, like I would appreciate a demo. I would very much appreciate a demo. Otherwise,
prove us wrong.
Yeah, maybe we'll rent it.
Maybe.
If I'm really low on other stuff. So next one's Comic Jumper.
Yeah, it kind of makes me a little sad because I really like Explosion Man, the guys that did this.
I love Explosion Man.
This one doesn't feel as good to me.
We both played it at PAX, and I was very underwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try the trial, definitely.
I'll definitely try it. But I mean, there was nothing there for me, I guess is what I would say the most. It was just kind of like...
It felt unpolished to me. It felt like it's a standard platformer / shooter.
Yeah.
But it's just... I don't know, boring.
Explosion Man was fucking genius. Yeah. It was unbelievably accurate and polished.
It was Sonic for people that don't like Sonic.
It was,
right?
Yeah, I mean, it had the speed, it had the accuracy, it had the humor, the genius, the song that got in everybody's head.
Yeah, this one, like, I think the humor's there, but we didn't get to see much of it in the demo. But the mechanics, like, it felt like I was playing an alpha game. It was really weird.
Not very good. So next up is Def Jam Rapstar.
So I played this at the Konami event.
You played it?
Yeah. It's basically like Karaokeville Evolution or any of the other singing games if you're rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you really like to rap along with songs,
I love rap music. I fucking love rap very, very much. But I'm still... I don't know.
Would you break it out at a party maybe for like ironic purposes maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. I would definitely like to rent this at some point just to see what it feels like. But I think you're right. I mean, for me, it just seems more like a kind of talentless rock band where it is just there for parties where it's like, you and your buddies get around and rap.
Yeah, and the scoring system, like to me, like anything to do with like tempo or anything like that, like it's just not going to work very well because we've seen it in Rock Band.
Oh my God! If you do Sabotage in Rock Band, it's a
like,
goddamn nightmare.
You can do that and you can win.
Yeah. If you actually try to embellish and have fun with Sabotage, it shits on your face.
Yeah.
Absolutely, just because I mean, like I love Sabotage, but like I'd get out there and I'd be like screaming or whatever, and it's like pour.
But if you go like wah, like whatever, it's perfect, which is stupid. What I'd like to see is Range. We need to take a video of Range playing Def Jam Rapstar.
With that's with yes. I like that. We will get a video of that for you guys.
Yes. Last one, NBA Jam. I am so excited about this. I played this in the arcade. Like I think I played at the Boys and Girls Club when I was a kid.
Wow. See, I never played this game. That's why I don't understand.
Yeah, no, it's really super arcadey. You know how we like.
I like Super
arcadey.
Dodgeball. I love the shit out of Super Dodgeball because it's super arcadey.
So it's kind of like that. Like, do you ever play NFL Blitz? Like, that's another arcadey football game. Like, I love arcadey sports games, especially when you like have a bunch of people around. This one is like that. I don't know how it's going to work with a Wiimote.
Is this a new game? Is this a port? Is this a remake?
I think it's like they're rebooting the series because it's been in arcades. I don't even remember when the last time I've seen it in consoles since maybe Nintendo.
This is like
64.
a full price title too, huh?
Probably. Well, full price than Wii game, right? $50.
$50
instead of 60.
All right.
So yeah, cool.
Yep.
That's our show for the week.
Yes.
Please check our website at NooBTooB.com. Participate forums by clicking at the top of the page.
Yep. If you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a subscription button right here. Also, rate this video with the thumbs up. Right there. Thanks for watching. I'm Tobin Kozire.
I'm Yuzu Watanabe. And on engineering is done by Range Scribble Face Strunk. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
We're out.
See ya.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Testing.
Ha ha ha!
Ha
Howdy, howdy!
I am the last one.
There's a snake in my boots. All right. Nice. I am drunk.